Hey guys, this is a video for power clean or even power snatch. Receiving position, this will apply to both. So let me actually talk today about the purpose of the power clean and the power snatch in general, and then that will tell us what is the right receiving position. It will make more sense. So remember that the purpose of a power clean or a power snatch is really an accessory lift to the clean and the snatch. That's how you should think about it. And I'll tell you why, because if you don't think about it that way, if you think it as a movement on its own, you'll generate, like the power clean itself, you could generate different mechanics that will be more advantageous for that lift, different that from the clean. But the problem is that going that route, or the snatch, going the route of like the power clean is independent from the snatch and the mechanics are a little bit different, and makes you generate those mechanics there and not for the clean, and the mechanics from the power clean do not transfer this way. The mechanics of a good clean do transfer to the power clean, so you will be limited, right? And so we want to make sure that we're practicing patterns that expands us instead of that are just movement dependent, right? Like we want the most transfer. And so think about your power cleans as a clean that I don't go all the way down. That is the first thing. So because of that, and because I am thinking about my power cleans like that, this is the receiving position that I would like you to have. So for me, a power clean is a movement that I use because I'm not coming under that bar. I have to throw that bar a little bit higher, so the power demands are bigger, but I also can not clean as much weight. I use it like that to develop power. I use it in conditioning because it will not destroy me as much as squat cleans will. And so if I'm trying to work on my athletes there, and I use it as an accessory work for Olympic lifters when I don't want to kill their legs anymore in a training session, right? So those are the things there. So, and again, this all applies to the power snatch too. I'm just saying clean because it's easier for me. So let's talk about that. Thinking about that the position of receiving power clean or snatch is a semi-squat, right? It's a squat that I cut short. It's a squat that I cut short, and so I'm here and I should be here, right? So I could continue going down. By the way, this applies also to the power jerk. But what you'll see is that most people that does power cleans, because they're learning this probably in the context of CrossFit, they will have a very tall power clean. They will receive very high, and when you ask them to actually receive a little lower, they don't know how to do that, because when you receive a power clean very high, you can receive with your torso upright, your knees are forward. You can extend a little bit earlier, right? It feels very powerful. The bar actually comes up higher than it does when you extend at the right time. That's a topic for another video, it's paradoxical. But I receive here. And so when you ask them to go lower, they're like, what do you mean lower? I cannot go lower here, because if I go lower, my knees are traveling. It feels weird, right? And so remember that in the power clean, the position is a semi-squat, and you have to exaggerate that squat at the beginning, right? And so even if I'm here, even if I'm doing just the bar, I have to be ready to finish my squat, right? And it should seem seamless. Good things that I would like to see there are just the basic mechanics of a good squat, right? Because that's what it is. So I'm gonna have external rotation of my legs, I'm gonna have a good front drag, and I'm hinging minimally. That's how I start the movement, and then and then my knees travel forward. First the hinge, and then the knees. Why do we want this? For the reasons that I said, and the second reason is because when I extend, when I think of a clean or a snatch, what I'm thinking is going from triple extension, ankle, knee, hips to squat archetype, right? So I want to do that, open and close it as fast and aggressive as I can with the best mechanics without switching my center of mass. So if I can do that, I can generate the power in the most efficient way, because that the center of mass of the system is gonna stay in place. That's fundamental. Anyhow, so that is the power clean or snatch receiving position. Let me show you one snatch just so that you see it too. So if I'm here, my receiving position on my snatch, again, is a semi squat. And as you'll see, this is a 35 pounds bar. I could muscle that. I can receive very high. But that's not what I want, because I'm thinking about making my snatch better, right? And so I'm gonna, and if I want, I can continue that squat or not, right? If I receive poorly here, I cannot continue that squat without having to switch my hips and so on, right? Like I have to change the whole movement as I go down, which with a heavy barbell, it's not gonna work, my friend. I'm sorry, now I go down smart ass. There you go. So that is power clean or power snatch receiving position. Give it a try.